Long ago, in a quiet village surrounded by mountains and endless fields, there lived an elderly farmer with his son. The farmer was known throughout the village for his calm nature and peaceful wisdom. While others became angry, fearful, or excited over life's events, the old farmer always remained steady and thoughtful. One morning, the farmer's only horse suddenly ran away into the hills. When the villagers heard the news, they gathered around his small home, filled with sympathy. "What terrible luck!" they said. "Without your horse, how will you work your fields?" But the farmer simply looked at them and replied calmly, "Maybe so, maybe not." The villagers were confused by his response. They could not understand why he did not appear upset. Several days later, something unexpected happened. The missing horse returned to the farm, and behind it followed 3 beautiful wild horses from the mountains. The villagers rushed back in amazement. "How wonderful!" they exclaimed. "You are very fortunate now. Your single horse has returned and brought more horses with it." But once again, the farmer answered with the same peaceful expression. "Maybe so, maybe not." The villagers whispered among themselves. They believed the old man was strange. The next morning, the farmer's son attempted to ride one of the wild horses. But the animal was powerful and untamed. It suddenly threw the young man violently to the ground, breaking his leg. Hearing the news, the villagers returned once again. "What terrible misfortunes!" they said sadly. "Your son is injured, and he may not recover for a long time." The farmer listened quietly. Then he replied once more, "Maybe so, maybe not." Days passed, and soon the sound of war drums echoed across the region. An army arrived in the village, forcing every strong young man to join the battle. Soldiers went from house to house, taking sons, brothers, and fathers away to fight in a distant war. Many families cried as their loved ones were marched away. But when the soldiers reached the farmer's home, they saw the son's broken leg and left him behind. The villagers returned to the farmer one final time, this time with tears in their eyes. "You were right," they said. "Your son's injury saved his life. While our sons have been taken to war, yours remains safe at home." The old farmer looked toward the mountains quietly as the wind moved through the fields. Then he spoke softly, "Maybe so, maybe not." The villagers finally understood what he meant. Life is unpredictable. What first appears to be bad fortune may later become a blessing, and what seems like great fortune may eventually bring pain. No one can fully know the meaning of an event while it is still unfolding. From that day forward, the story of the wise farmer spread far beyond the village, teaching generations an important lesson about patience, judgment, and the uncertainty of life. Life events are not always what they appear to be. Good and bad fortune can change with time, so wisdom comes from patience and keeping a calm mind.